Miss Wanda is at it again, and this time she's managed to stir up a whole new wave of chaos that has Huntsville talking nonstop. Just when people thought things were calming down between the cast, Wanda's mouth got the best of her once more. She's now knee-deep in something that doesn't even concern her, and baby, the mess is spreading fast. Word around town is that Wanda has been trying to get True T to drop her case against Maurice Scott. And that right there has everyone side-eyeing her. Because when it comes to Wanda, you never really know if she's trying to help or if she's just trying to keep herself in the spotlight. Either way, people are heated. They're calling her out left and right, saying she needs to stay out of grown folks' business and stop trying to play peacemaker when she's the one always lighting the fire. Wanda has been a walking headline since she joined Love and Marriage Huntsville. Every season, it's something new. One minute, she's fighting with Melody Shari, the next she's calling out Martell Holt, and now she's inserting herself into True T and Maurice's legal situation. It's almost like Wanda can't stand peace. If there's not a fight happening, she'll make one happen. She says she's only trying to help, but everybody knows that whenever Wanda says she's helping, that usually means somebody's about to get embarrassed. This time, she supposedly went to True T and told her to just drop the case against Maurice. Like, just let it go. But baby, that didn't sit right with anybody. Not the fans, not the people involved, and not even the ones who used to defend her. People are saying Wanda needs to realize that not everything is her business, and not every situation needs her opinion. Now, let's be honest. Wanda lives for the attention. Every time she goes live or makes a post, the comment section lights up. Folks are either laughing, arguing, or trying to figure out who she's throwing shade at this time. It's like chaos follows her everywhere she goes, and she knows it too. She thrives on being the center of attention, especially when the show isn't on air. It's like she sees social media as her own stage. The problem is, her latest stunt about True T and Maurice has crossed into territory that's more serious than the usual gossip. We're talking about real legal stuff now. So when Wanda started telling True T to drop it, people felt like she was overstepping big time. True T, who has been standing firm and handling her situation privately, probably didn't take too kindly to that. Because Wanda's tone wasn't just casual advice, it came across like she was trying to control the narrative. And baby, let's not act like Wanda doesn't know exactly what she's doing. When she started talking about the situation, she couldn't help herself from throwing a little shade in between her advice. She brought up relationships, loyalty, and who needs to close their legs to married women. Yes, she really said that. And of course, the internet exploded. People were trying to figure out who she was talking about. Wanda never says names. She just drops bombs and walks off, leaving everybody guessing. Some folks said Wanda was talking about Marcella. Others think she was just running her mouth for clout. But either way, it caused another storm. The woman went from serving food to serving drama, and she's clearly not slowing down. Even the show's not back yet, but Wanda's already giving viewers a whole season's worth of mess on her own. People online were not holding back. They dragged her in the comments, calling her messy, loud, and the queen of confusion. One fan said Wanda always tries to act like she's the boss of Huntsville, but she's really just the biggest drama starter. Another fan joked that every time Wanda shows up, Peace packs its bags and leaves town. And honestly, that's not far from the truth. Wanda has this way of making herself the main character in everybody else's storyline. The woman could be miles away from the situation and still find a way to make it about her. That's her superpower, or her curse, depending on how you look at it. Now let's talk about Maurice, the man right in the middle of this new chaos. Maurice has built this image of being calm, collected, and professional. He's the one who's always talking about positivity, structure, and staying above the drama. But lately, people have been calling him out. They're starting to notice that his name keeps popping up in drama, no matter how much he tries to look innocent. Some fans even say Maurice likes to act like he's the smartest one in the room, but he's got just as much going on behind the scenes as everybody else. And with Wanda now stepping in and trying to protect Maurice, it's only making things look worse. Because why would Wanda care so much about Maurice's situation unless there's more to the story? That's what got people talking. Is Wanda trying to protect Maurice because she knows something? Or is she just stirring up trouble like she always does? Some fans are saying she's doing Carlos King's dirty work, trying to keep the buzz going until the show returns. They're convinced Carlos told her to shake things up online to keep the show relevant. And honestly, it wouldn't be the first time. Reality producers encouraged a little preseason drama. But even if that's true, Wanda might have gone too far this time. Because when it comes to legal matters, people don't play. True T has been standing firm and handling her situation privately. She's not backing down just because someone told her to. She's fighting for something that she feels strongly about, and Wanda's interference just adds another layer of mess. The sad part is, Wanda doesn't even realize how bad this makes her look. She keeps saying she's trying to help people make peace, but she's really just spreading more confusion. Every time she opens her mouth, new arguments start. She's like the spark that lights every fire in Huntsville. People were even saying online that Wanda needs a time out from social media. One person said every time Wanda goes live, something breaks in Huntsville. Another says she needs to take a break before she ruins someone else's reputation. And they're not wrong.
And baby, we can't forget about how this affects Tisha Scott, Wanda's daughter. Poor Tisha stays having to defend her mama every season. No matter how much she tries to stay professional or build her own image, Wanda always pulls her back into the storm. Can you imagine trying to run a business, raise kids, and maintain your marriage while your mother's out here trending for starting drama? It's exhausting. You can tell Tisha loves her mama, but even she looks tired of the nonsense. Fans have been saying Tisha needs to set boundaries. They said Tisha needs to tell Wanda to sit down and stop embarrassing her. And honestly, they're right. Because at this point, Wanda's drama isn't just affecting her, it's affecting her whole family's reputation. And while all this chaos is happening, Melody Shari is just sitting back, quiet and peaceful. You know she's watching everything go down with a smile, because this is exactly what she said would happen. Melody warned everyone that people were fake, that alliances wouldn't last, and that the same folks who laughed at her pain would eventually turn on each other. And now look, Wanda, Maurice, Tisha, Marcel, all wrapped up in another web of mess, while Melody's out here glowing and minding her business. You can't help but see the irony. It's karma in real time. The same people who used to gang up on Melody are now fighting each other. And baby, the internet is loving every second of it. But here's the problem. The more she talks, the more she risks ruining what's left of her credibility. Because eventually, people stop laughing and start losing respect. You can already see it happening. Older fans who used to support her are now saying she needs to grow up. They said at her age, she should be setting an example. And that's the truth. Wanda's old enough to know better. Instead of calming the younger cast down, she's the one hyping them up. She's the gasoline, not the extinguisher. And let's not forget, this whole True T and Maurice thing is serious. It's not just gossip, it's legal. There's money, reputations, and real consequences involved. So Wanda inserting herself in that kind of situation could easily backfire. People are already saying that if she's not careful, she might get pulled into it herself. Because when you start commenting on active cases and repeating things online, that can turn into defamation real quick. And with Wanda's history of running her mouth, it wouldn't surprise anyone if she ends up causing more problems than she can handle. Still, no matter how much backlash she gets, Wanda never seems to learn. She'll say something messy one week, go viral, act innocent for a few days, and then do it all over again. That's her cycle. And honestly, it's what keeps Huntsville interesting, because even though people claim they're tired of her, the truth is Wanda keeps the drama alive. Without her, things would probably be quiet, and nobody tunes in for quiet. That's why Carlos King keeps her around. She's unpredictable, loud, and entertaining. But this time, her big mouth might have gone too far. Because when you look at the big picture, Wanda's not just stirring tea, she's creating real damage. Friendships are breaking, reputations are getting stained, and the Huntsville crew is more divided than ever. And at the center of it all, Miss Wanda and her need to be seen. It's sad, really, because she could have used her platform for something positive, but instead, she's become the face of chaos. And now with True T standing her ground and Maurice's name being dragged again, it's clear that this situation isn't going away anytime soon. So the question now is, what happens next? Will True T finally clap back at Wanda? Will Maurice speak up and clear his name? Or will this just turn into another storyline that keeps the internet buzzing until the next episode? One thing's for sure. As long as Wanda keeps talking, Huntsville will never be peaceful. And deep down, that's exactly how she likes it.